I'm really happy that I have my own mind. I'm truly proud of myself that I'm not afraid to be the contrarian in the room, in the audience. You know, everyone in the crowd, make some noise if you think so and so won. All right, and on the other team, if you think so and so won, yeah, all by myself, and I'll just be winning. Everyone's gonna look at me. How do you think they possibly won? And then you go to the scorecard, you come to find out that the person that I by myself screamed for in the audience is the one that won. Sure, this person might have been more of a showman, but if you look at the stats, if you look back at the footage, this person clearly won. You know what I'm saying? I've never been afraid to go against the norm. In all actuality, the more people agree with something, I want to go the other way just to see if there's another answer, just to see if there's another potential. I have to investigate things myself, and I'm proud of myself for that. So the same way that I used to challenge teachers in school, and this got me in trouble a couple times, because if you were a teacher and you couldn't answer my question as the teacher, I'd be like, well, what are you doing here then? If you can't answer my question, like the teachers, professors in college, whatever, like I'd just be like, what do I need you for then? You can't answer my question on the subject matter that you are teaching me, and you don't want to admit that you simply don't know. Man, yeah, I'm done with you, bro. And that got me in trouble with people. That got me in trouble in school because I became a smart ass, because half the time I felt like I was smarter than my teachers. But the same way that I challenged my teachers in school, this little indoctrination system that we call school, I also challenged my teachers, my so-called teachers, in the spiritual conscious community. You know what I'm saying? We as the spiritually awakened, enlightened, conscious community are so prone to focus on the negative from time to time. I'm not saying that, we have to ignore it and all that. No, only look at, no, that's not what I'm saying. But like when you learn certain truths to things, when you learn about certain things that have been put in our foods, when you get put on game about what 5G is doing to us, when you learn about these things that aren't conspiracy happening, your mind starts to say, oh, I'm so woke and enlightened, I can see all this. But then your vision only starts to look at the dark. You start to see it as doom and gloom. A lot of these conscious creators are really they're doomsdayers. They're doomsday sayers. Like, oh, the end is near. Oh, it's almost happening. We're in the end times. People have been saying that. And that's literally, to me, in all honesty, yes, is there something big happening right now? Yeah, it's quite evident if you're paying attention and you're in the right sources. But like, people have been saying this for years and nothing happens. It's just transformation. It's just evolution. Yes, things are crazy right now. It's over. It's over. And then from chaos comes order. That's just nature at work. The fight is just building up right now between the so-called light and the so-called dark, the so-called good and the so-called bad. But you need to realize it's not just good and bad, higher or lower. There are different factions, left, right, up, down, forward, backward, that are fighting for power right now. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, through the midst of this, you have to stay level-headed. And you have to rise, but don't be so high and mighty that you're no earthly good. Yes, we are in this physical reality. Look around. The physical can teach you things about your spiritual, and your spiritual can send you information about your physical. As above, so below. But one of the things I've learned, and this is getting to the point, I know 4 minutes in, I ain't even gotten to the point of what I wanted to talk about, but nevertheless, one of the things I've really picked up is like, I still always see the light in the dark. I always remain positive. I see things from a different perspective. I see things the way that I'm supposed to see them, because that's a message that I need to go speak to the world. It confuses me how we can give so much credence and love and respect to Big Mama, aka Gaia, Kai, whatever, this thing that we call Earth. We give so much reverence, respect, love, admiration, adoration to Big Mama, calling her the mother of all life, but then we go ahead and weaken her by saying, you're hurting her, she's crying, she can't replenish, she can't blah, 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 blah. Excuse me? See, this is where my contrarian nature comes out. And it's like, no, I disagree with that statement. Big Mama is fine. Is she getting frustrated at her little children from keeping their rooms dirty? This space that she carved out for us on her bosom, or the surface of this earth. She carved out space for us to live, and she gave us resources. She doesn't like the fact that we left a spoon in the sink. She doesn't like the fact that we didn't flush the toilet. She don't like the fact that we didn't rinse the toothpaste out the sink. So it's time for her to instill some discipline in us. That's when you see the big things start to happen. Okay, you want to disrespect me? Okay, I'm taking this away. Okay, I'm gonna smack you upside the head with this. Okay, but you think you're really hurting Big Mama to the point that she can't handle her business? Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind y'all of what Big Mama is capable of. You ever been in a tsunami? No? Okay then. Tsunamis. A wave of water that is taller than buildings. Big Mama can just send her this way anytime she wants to. Oh, you got this government facility that you think is safe in this position? So what would happen if I just split this plate open and the whole thing just crumbled in there? What would happen then? You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all underestimate nature. Hell, we don't even know what's in the ocean. And you think that we have a lock on anything? Like, y'all think Pacific Rim, you think that movie was a joke? You think that was just sci-fi, huh? Okay. Like, that's all nature. But all these chemicals and all these chemical spills are polluting the water. Yes, they are. But I mean, if you put your head in a lion's mouth, won't the lion bite down? So nature has things in it by its nature, the formation of duality, the masculine and the feminine. Yeah, there's life and death in nature. So the things that are so-called inorganic, yes, they kill, but I mean, at some point, even though they're synthetic materials, all these things came from nature principles. Thermodynamics, heating things up, bending things down, mixing things, stripping things, reassigning things, doing this. It's all still nature. Nature evolves. Nature adapts. You think that if Big Mama really wanted us here, if she didn't want us here, we'd still be here? If you didn't think that, I'm sorry, I'm vegan and all this type of stuff, plant-based diet, whatever. I don't like the useless harm of animals. I don't like hunting and stuff. But nevertheless, you think if Big Mama didn't like the hunting that was going on, you think that she couldn't just make those deer carnivorous out of nowhere? You think that she wouldn't just send like a swarm of freaking the most deadly wasps to your house? Like, she don't know where you at? But then, like, once again, I just have to challenge things. I'm like, no, Big Mama is capable of all of this. You have to look at it from a bigger perspective. She's allowing this to happen. She's letting her good children play, her good children and her knucklehead children play together. Because at higher levels, there is no good or bad. There just is. What's my baby doing? Oh, they look at him making that crazy ass toxic chemical. That's my little boy down there. What you doing? Oh, look at him making something that can counteract that. That's my baby. He's just so good. But I still love you all. Just stop making too much of a mess. I'm trying to sleep over here. That's the conversation I hear. That's what I see. You think that you can hurt Big Mama to that effect? You can disrespect her. That hurts her. When you throw your trash around, when you pollute her waters, when you do this and that. But if you're just her ignorant child, how's she gonna be mad at you? But when you if you truly do feel that you're hurting nature, if you're hurting Mom, then maybe do a little bit more on your part to do things, to educate people. But you have to still realize that some people will always be in the dark. Some people always have their perspective. Some people will always have their position. Some people will die by it. But I'm gonna die on this one. I think Big Mama's a little bit more powerful than you give her credit for. You know, you're hurting the earth. We're being depleted of resources. Blah, 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 blah. Depleted of resources. We found a whole rainforest that was like hundreds of feet under the so-called crust. There's a full rainforest. There are channels of pure, clean water flowing throughout this thing that we don't know about. And you think you know something? We're getting depleted resources. So we'll make up new things. We, as being part of nature, naturally adapt. Naturally evolve. Oh wow, it's like we're a part of our parent material. It's kind of like we take on traits from our masculine and feminine creators. Wow, crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like giving energy to weak thought. I don't like the idea, like my earth parents, my earth mother and father are strong people. So how can the parent that allowed their parents to exist and their parents to exist and their parents to exist, the place that can house all of these different stories, how can that be weaker than my parents? That don't even make no sense. That would have to be the omega powerful thing, Big Mama, where all life came. The life of the rocks, the life of the water, the life of the ether, the life of everything came from Big Mama. So how can we do any damage to that? I'm just thinking out loud. You know, we think we know something, yet we're always discovering new physics terms and anomalies and things. No, nature's ahead of us. Nature is ahead of us at all times. Science, people say, oh, trust the science. Your science is delayed. Your science has a lag. Nature's already figured everything out. We're just uncovering something that was always there. Scientists aren't smart. They just labeled it. That's all that's all it is. You know? But we think we know something about Big Mama. Big Mama has so many secrets, like a regular, no disrespect, but like a regular earthly woman is incredibly complicated and unveils herself the more that she's comfortable with you. The more that she loves you, she will unveil herself to you more and more and more to get to that deeper level, to show who she truly is at her core. And it takes us a whole lifetime to figure out one person. You think we can figure out a whole planet? You think we can figure out the whole embodiment of the divine feminine? Come on, fam. We ain't even scratching the surface of Big Mama. Big Mama's fine, but we still need to show your respect, because you don't want to be the kid that gets punished. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be Big Mama's child that gets punished. Okay, little Ray over there, yeah, he gonna get his ass beat, but since you were following all Big Mama's rules, oh, you're gonna be rewarded. That's life. And I just stick to it, and I just see it like that. I don't see my divine mother as weak. I don't see my divine mother as incapable of making decisions that are in her best interest. I don't see that. My mom is smart. My mom is strong. My mom is pretty. That's just how I see it. The same way that I'm always gonna be my mama's baby, my earthly mama's baby. I'm always gonna be my Big Mama's baby. You know what I'm saying? And I love my mama, I love my daddy, but let's stop making Big Mama weak, and let's give her strength. Just my thoughts. Till the next one.